Hello, friends out in Instagram land. And for anyone watching this later, almost lost my phone. I wanted to go live. I just went live and did an interview, but I got this really big hit to come on and do a really short one around what is intuition. We talk about intuition all the time. And so I'm going to share with you from my perspective. I've been channeling for the last 2 years. Some of you know my story, some of you don't, but I worked as a corporate Fortune 100 banking vice president, executive territory manager, process designer, sales consultant. I was recruited to take over the lowest performing teams and territories in the country for almost 15 years. And I now know that I was able to transform them into the top 2% of the company every time through my intuition and channeling abilities, but I didn't know that's what I was doing. And 3 years ago, I was visited by two light beings who shared with me that I left corporate and it was time to begin the next part of my path. And shortly after I started channeling the Akashic Records, I started getting psychic downloads for strangers in public. And I have been channeling now for clients privately the last 2 years. About a year ago, my guides asked me and told me, firmly nudged me that it was time to come out on social media. I had been channeling for about 1.5 years at the time, privately, through referral base only, and they said it's time for me now that I have my prerequisites in to come out to the masses. So here I am, and today they want me to share with you intuition. What is intuition based on what I have learned through my channeling? So most people have heard about intuition, and what intuition is, I'll give you a little bit of context. Before we incarnate into this lifetime, into any lifetime, our soul co-creates a divine life blueprint, meaning kind of a blueprint of what your life is going to look like, including the partners you're going to have, including careers you're going to have. You create soul contracts. We co-create soul contracts with other souls who incarnate as our parents, as our friends, as important people in our life, to help us do two things: give and get. We come here to give back to the collective, to serve the planet. We also come here to get. When we come here to get is evolvement for our soul. We come here to learn lessons. We come here to balance, karmically balance multiple lifetimes, depending on what we've experienced. And we also come here to get, just explore and experience. As you know, there's people who are here to really, really get as much as they can out of the planet. Skydiving, rock climbing, all of that stuff that terrifies me. Drink wine, make love, have beautiful relationships and friendships, go hiking, all those things. That's what we come here to get. And while we're here, though, we choose to forget all of our lifetimes. We choose to forget basically the details of why we're here so that we can function. Because if we remembered everything before, it would make it very difficult to live if we remembered 100 lifetimes of partners and children and experiences, especially the traumatic ones. So we choose to forget. But inside of us, there is a beacon. And this is our intuition. Our little beacon, or this little pilot flame, it's in the heart, in the solar plexus. And it's not in here. We are conditioned from the time we come out of the womb to live from here. So external conditioning, telling us what to do, telling us how to live, telling us what decisions to make. That's a trap. That's something that we have to learn to get out of and go back into our soul, into our heart, into our solar plexus to align with our intuition. Intuition is our higher self. Intuition is really the universe and our higher self, which is our soul. It's still in the cosmic realms, and part of our soul's energy has chosen to incarnate into a flesh suit. Is how I explain it. We've chosen to take on this flesh suit in order to live in this material world, to, like I said, give and to get. So when we align with our intuition, which is the soft voice, it's a soft voice in the body. It's our body. Our body has the wisdom. Our body holds the memories of our previous lifetimes. Our body holds the memory of our mission and purpose. But because we're so conditioned to forget, sometimes it's really hard to remember. And what happens is the universe will start bringing you gently at first. If we're off of our path, or we're not aligned to our highest path that we created for us in our lifetime, the universe will at first bring gentle nudges to nudge us back onto our path. If we don't hear them, like I didn't in my corporate career, I was so in the masculine brain of keep going, keep doing, even though it was corrupt and traumatic. I kept on going to help as many people as I could, and I wasn't paying attention. So the universe had to turn up the heat, had to make things become so difficult that I had no choice but to leave. And that's how our higher self sometimes has to behave. Sometimes our higher self has to create these opportunities for us so that we realign with our highest path. It's for our own good. Our intuition is where we get that guidance. Our intuition is the connection to our higher self. So the more you can tap into that soft voice that's in the body, it's in the heart. It's not here. This is fight or flight ego. And we make decisions from here based on external circumstances and conditioning. Our higher self continues to guide us on the blueprint that we created for ourselves, which will not fail us. We're here to be successful in all areas. And our higher self keeps us aligned to that. So listening to that soft voice, listening to that to the heart and the solar plexus is what keeps you aligned to your higher self. And it's like this rope or this thread that you can hold on to that will guide you. And secondly, how do you get in tune with your intuition? So I have a really quick exercise that's super easy. I teach my clients this. So when you, for example, go to make a decision, you can say, should I drink coffee today? But it could be something as, should I go on a date with this person? Will this person bring magic into my life? Am I aligned to this person? Or should I leave this job? Should I take this job? All those questions. We make decisions mostly from our brain. Instead, if you want to hear what your intuition, your higher self is telling you, and how it will direct you to your highest path in this lifetime, which is aligning with the maximum joy and bliss possible, then put your hands on your heart, put your hands on right in the middle of your chest, right in the middle of your chest. This is where your heart is, your solar plexus. And when I channel cosmic beings, this is where the download of information comes from. So it's just solidifying for me that this is where it comes. This is where we get our wisdom, not here. So put your both hands on your chest and then practice asking yourself an easy question first. Do I like wearing turtlenecks? So something you already know if you like or hate. I like mock necks. I don't love turtlenecks. I have something about it feels restrictive and it reminds me of trauma from past lives. So I don't love turtlenecks. So I know this already, right? So put your hand on your heart, pick a question. For me, it'll be, do I love turtlenecks? Get quiet. Intentionally bring your attention, with intention, bring your attention down into the heart. Just kind of imagine with your eyes closed the energy moving from your mind into your heart and focus on where you feel your hands in the middle of your chest. And that's where you're going to make this decision from. And then ask yourself, do I like turtlenecks? And if you feel a closing, if you feel a restriction, the answer is no, which I did. Very strong. If you feel an opening, an expansion, the answer is yes. So, should I go on a date with this person? This person's reaching out. They've been wanting to go on a date. Should I go on a date with this person? Is this person going to align with what I'm seeking in a partner? Put your hand on your chest. Will this person be someone that's going to positively influence me? Is this going to be a date that I will enjoy, that's going to bring me onto my highest path? And see how it feels. If it's an expansion, it's a yes. That doesn't mean you're going to marry this person. It doesn't mean that you're going to be with them forever. It just means it's the answer to the specific question you ask. So pay attention to the words that you're using, and this will give you the answer with an expansion or a restriction to what you've asked. That's intuition. This is intuition. Now, this is how you can get immediate answers through your intuition. And again, intuition is connecting to your higher self. Intuition is connecting to your soul in the cosmic realms that co-created your life blueprint with soul contracts, with people and experiences to help you on your important mission and help you evolve as a soul in this lifetime and help you experience the most joy and bliss. It's when we disconnect from that and we start make decisions from here that trauma starts happening, that confusion starts happening, things start feeling really hard. It's because we're missing the signs of the universe and we've that are aligning us back to where we need to be, and we've disconnected from our intuition, which is our higher self. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you enjoyed it, I would love to hear comments. Did you practice? Practice the question. Do you feel the expansion? Do you feel the restriction? I would love to hear about it. If you want to know more, if you want more tools on really aligning to your mission and purpose in this lifetime, identifying if anything around relationships that you want more information around, how to improve your partnerships, how to understand your children. I channel for people's children, their soul contracts all the time. It's so beautiful when you can understand why they're behaving a certain way. It's usually aligned to your soul contract too. If you want more insight on any of this, I would love to hear from you. You can click the link in my bio and read testimonies from clients I've worked with over the last couple of years. You can hear more about my journey from Fortune 100 banking executive to channeling the Akashic Records out of the blue and being visited by spirits, and learn how to work with me in multiple capacities. So did this help you? I'd love to hear.